Not
Well,
yet.
we
I've
are
only
recording this,
failed one.
and we are live. A little bit of housekeeping before we get things fully going, along with our hi, hello, and welcome to the Guildhall Gamers. That's right, we are now an official Guildhall Gamers video presentation because, sadly, the blind GM, Bear, is unable to continue with us moving forward. Life has sprung up on him, and we are having to continue without him moving forward. So the channel will be this one, same time, same usual stack up, but we are unfortunately having to move on without having him at our side. He'll occasionally pop back up, but for the most part, we are unfortunately losing Izzy. I hope you all were enjoying the little deal I added to the beginning. I tried to do a little bit more. As time goes on, we'll see if we can get more fanciness as I get, hopefully, a more honed in setup. There is a little bit of retcon that we need to address before we get fully in. At last session, there was 3 firebolts that were sent out. Rereading over the particular version of the Wild Magic Surge, it would have only been a maximum. It would have been up to 2 creatures that would be hit. And because up to 2 creatures outside of the one that's already hit, so 3 total. So only Mithluna and the unicorn were hit. Though, speaking of the unicorn and a little bit of understanding of what is happening, I believe that we will roll over to Skad for that.
Thank you, Guild. Previously on the Tales from the Ten Lands, our party of new adventurers had arrived at the manor of Lord Xandra with the aid of some patrons of a devilish persuasion. They came to report on the secret shipments of some strange animated armors, not to mention the message from Navarro the Bard King that our friendly sorcerer had received. The party met an old friend, wink, of one of its members, who turned out to be an ancient dragon. This individual set up a meeting the following morning with the Lord, who is under ailing health due to something. Passing along the information, we were informed the Lord had ordered some custom pieces, but they were not supposed to be animated. And some have begun to suspect foul play, but nothing yet is confirmed. To allow us further access, Lord Xandro has agreed to set up the party with the local Adventurers Guild and give them a job. The party is sent to investigate Dungrave Mine in response to reports of activity nearby. We were given initial resources and stocked up and got ready to head out. The trip does take a few days, and we were slowed by some poor weather. But they could not know it was about to turn even worse. One evening, while setting up camp, the party was surprised and set upon by a very hungry owlbear. In a horrible turn of events, Skad was surprised from behind and taken to near death. Despite the best efforts of the party to save their friend, he was sent to the shadows. But death did not come for him yet. Something happened to him that the rest of the party did not see. All they saw was him vanish. And in their anger, they were able to strike down the owlbear. Skad, it turns out, is not dead, and something is different about him. The party calms down from the fight, discusses the nature of promises and killing animals, and decide to relocate their camp. Skad summons flowers to hide the scent of the remains from its mate, but only but the only ones that bloom turn out to be purple roses. Mithluna digs deep into her knowledge and remembers where they come from, but before she can share with the others, she does cast a spell to aid the cleanup. Prestidigitation. It's such a small spell. Who could have expected it to go wild? And from that surge, a dark unicorn is summoned and immediately attacks her. She is knocked unconscious, and in her pain, 2 bolts of fire blast out, one of them striking her. This is certainly not this party's day, and brings to mind, does anyone happen to know a spell called therapy? Guild, back to you.
Why, yes, I do know a spell called therapy.
You mean it's not lesser restoration? Oh, oops.
Give me 1 second. I am doing a very minor. There we go.
Wait, aren't you missing the word retail in front of therapy?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
shopping
still
at the
paying off all
supplies.
my holiday shopping, so I don't have that right now.
I wanted to put
Oh,
up
sorry.
a
You
quick
guys
post
froze
to the
and-
TikTok.
Vanished. So I apologize. I've been so frustrated with tech tonight. I'm done.
It's
Am
one
I
of
back?
those days.
It's all about the he says, she says, copyright infringement.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
okay.
We can hear you.
If you can tilt your camera up just a smidge.
There we go.
Here we go.
Now you're in.
I don't know
frame.
why that happened either.
It's
Let's not
okay.
crop
I've
off
been
the
fighting
entire
else all
top of your
day.
head.
Is
You
my
don't want to
framing
just see
good?
like just this?
I mean, it'd be nice to be able to see your face. I read off of people's faces a little bit better than other areas, so you know.
I mean, half a face. Just
Just
All
lips
right.
and boobs, you know.
yeah. That's what I meant to do, and I was like, wait, that
This
looks
is not a
weird.
typical this guy writing a romance novel.
It's not that kind of stream.
It's gas station smut level. Remember?
They're working on a new story. They just needed a visual model.
You mean Tusk Love 2?
Ah,
I thought it was Bearded Love 32. Well, she is a dwarf.
All right. So, I believe that we were getting ready to roll the unwanted thing.
Say it.
I believe it is unfortunately time for initiative.
We could.
Guild, I'll be needing
could
you to
skip
roll
this
for me,
part.
please.
I will.
We could, yeah, we could.
Guild, we could just skip it. Like, no one is forcing anyone to do anything. Consent matters.
It does matter. The problem is that the
These are the
unicorn
consequences
doesn't
of our
believe in
actions.
consent or your own lives.
The
the unicorn just got
By the way,
pulled on a
can you hear
brunch for
that?
no reason.
ticking?
TikTok?
Yeah.
That's me. I'm sorry. I had to throw my headset
No.
on. I'm putting myself on mute.
No, like there's a the raking-ish sound.
No, I just hear ticking.
I can't hear that.
Tick, 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 tick. That's me. I'm going to mute
Okay.
myself until needed.
Because the wind is picking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting some wind out here too.
As a additional note, another reason that we are going to be trying to stop properly on time is because I am not going to sleep with that tonight, because there are some bushes outside where my head sits, and
Oh no.
yeah, while they are dead and have been dead for a little bit, I'm not going to fight over that. So instead, I'm going to.
Wow, fuck
Go
me
probably quick.
sideways. All right.
So, shall we put initiative? Are we putting it into the chat?
Give me one moment.
I'm doing this out of protest, not because I want to.
So I just thought it'd be nice if I use a nice die for our unicorn friend.
I'm using my purple die, and anybody who saw last episode would understand why.
And I have retired my glitter die. They are in dice jail. Because they're the ones that for the evil unicorn.
Now the question is, are they just in like dice jail in the sense that you're just going to lock them in a cell and let them just like rot? Because the recidivism rate, unless you are giving them like job training and therapy and stuff, like the recidivism rate is really high. As soon as you get them out, they're going to be right back to their old tricks again.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure the dice jail is really the dice graveyard at this point.
This is my dice jail. It has a little D20 holder.
Nice.
And then she lights
Hey,
up too.
You can even threaten them with corporal punishment and throw them in the microwave.
I see. No, you meant the dice death penalty.
See, you don't throw them in the microwave. What you do is you surround all of your dice around the single die that has failed you repeatedly. You light that die on fire. You stand up and you turn your back on it, letting all of your other dice realize that you will sacrifice this die. It works better if the die that you end up having to sacrifice is a collector's die that is a one of a kind. I have done this before. My dice rolled better because of it.
Can I just say,
I just put it in the pile of dice I don't use.
is this group okay? Because we've mentioned therapy a lot. Now we're talking about corporal
We are
punishment.
millennials living in the year 2024.
Hey,
Yes, the
no
answer is-
shame. I went to therapy today. We are feeling Gucci. I am feeling refreshed, but like,
I have a
listen.
nice fancy job and I still can't afford therapy.
I mean, I no one really can. It just,
Wait, we're supposed to be doing
Yeah.
therapy? Huh.
I would recommend
Anyways,
it.
Does anyone
I
have
can-
over
It's
a
good.
20?
What?
You had
nope.
did you roll for me, Guild?
I rolled for you.
Okay.
Skad, you got over a 20. What did you get?
I got a 21.
All right. 15 through 20.
Oh, 15.
Oh, this is wonderful. Checking my spells. And I did not pack healing spells for this build.
I have.
By the way, I
have
did put
healing
a thing
spells.
into the homebrew rules for everyone to be able to read on my Stains of Overcast. But I'll go over that again here in a moment.
Perfect.
10 through 15. Five through 10.
I got 9.
6.
Silver always is low in initiative. We should just make that canon. She's low.
Well,
She's
she
lazy.
is short. Bonded.
Yeah, she is short. So
And Fiacre, you said you got a 6?
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, the good news is you're all able to see what the combat rolls are. We have Skad, Mia, Mithluna, Silver, Fiacre, and then the unicorn. The unicorn rolled a natural fucking 1.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Oh, I rolled better when it rolled all the way to the floor. I don't count it unless it's in my little box.
That's fair.
So that makes it a little bit better for all of you. So, real quick, one of the new homebrew rules I've put into place is overcasting. And I will read it verbatim. You know what sucks? Being fully out of spells when you are needing more. my fix. With a balancing setup, let you cast more with a catch. Here's how we do this. You can cast a spell you have access to, but no more spell slots, so you dig deeper into the magic, making it do your bidding. Declare what level you are using. Then roll a con save, DC 10 plus spell level. If you within 5 of your DC, your spell still goes off. If you do not make your DC, you gain a level of exhaustion for each spell level you cast and failed. If you pass, you do not gain exhaustion, but the DC will go up by 1 for every spell you cast in this until you rest. So later down the road, you can cast a 6th level spell again after being out of spell slots. But if you cast it and you fail your DC 16 starting Constitution saving throw, you can die. The magic is wrought from your soul and will you. It's up to you if you want to overcast. There is a drawback for doing it.
Metal.
That's going to be some incredible character moments if we decide
Metal
it's worth
AF.
it.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons why
This
I
is
like
why
it.
I'm glad
Because
I'm a
the idea
half
of, like,
caster.
I'm going to
I'm not a
force
caster.
myself. I will also be putting in later my rulings on team casting. Multiple
Oh, cool.
people who have access to the same spell can boost a spell's effective power.
Ooh.
You can
Love it.
cast with several casters that know the spell Fireball, you can cast a Fireball that could do damage to an army. Like a literal army.
Silver will just be pretending next to you guys, like
Note to self: if Skad does die, wizard for the next character.
That's
That's
awesome.
That's funny because that's my
Oh, just
back
wait until we
character
actually get
too.
into the MCDM system. Then things
Yeah.
will just get so much cooler. Because I'm going to highly suggest that we start gearing into it. Because I think cinematic, tactical, fantasy, hero roleplay, it's kind of this campaign, it feels right, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That cinematicness of like, oh shit.
Like,
So
oh
what
shit, there's a
happens?
black unicorn stabbing through Mithluna's chest right now.
Eating.
Good news is it isn't the unicorn's turn. It is
Thank
God's
goodness.
turn.
Yeah, I'm right there. I just said, not dibs. I'm dropping my bow, and I'm drawing my 2 short swords. And what I want to do, because I'm assuming that Mithluna and the unicorn are kind of right next to each other. I want to do my best to kind of impose between the two. So if the unicorn does get to go off again, the unicorn doesn't go after the dead one lying on the ground and instead gets to, I want to basically draw aggro.
Okay.
So I step up and I'm just like, as she's dropping and those fire bolts are going off, my bow is dropping to the ground and my short swords are coming up. I leap over and I'm going to go for action attack and then an offhand bonus action attack.
Sounds like a plan.
So the first attack.
God is Goblin Aragorn.
yes.
You want cinematic? I'll give you cinematic. As I leap over, and the first attack is going to be a 24 to hit.
If a 24 doesn't hit, then we are in serious trouble.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
they
just
said it
screwed.
doesn't, and I was like,
I
Guild.
said if a 24 doesn't hit, we are in trouble.
All of us natural 20s
Yeah.
from now on.
So first, that's going to be 7 points of slashing damage. And with the first strike, I'm going to activate as the slash comes down, shadowy tendrils of energy shoot across my arm and link into it, and a sort of a red reticle appears in one of my eyes to help me target it as I hit it with favored foe. So I'm holding concentration to do that, and that's going to do an extra 1 point of damage. And then my offhand attack is going to be a 23 to hit. And 6 points of slashing damage as I just come, and then I just kind of, I'm 3'9". I'm just kind of standing there, just like, not a chance. And then I do my idle animation, my double short sword idle animation.
Oh no! Dang it.
You're more than an NPC, though. That is.
Even PCs
that's
have
why he
idle
gets-
animations.
That's true.
PCs have idle
That's why he
animation.
gets the really cool
Link has
idle
idle
animation.
animation.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie long enough, you realize John Wick has an idle animation.
And usually it's just him wheezing and clutching his most recent wound.
Actually, usually it's checking a gun of some kind.
That's true.
I've never seen a John Wick movie.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I am sorry.
Well,
You should.
I know what we're
Oh
gonna
no,
do.
let's not start this.
Pick a
Next.
night.
Anyways,
Night.
It's on Netflix now. We can do a share play.
Mithluna's funeral night.
Mia, you are up. Mithluna, you are on deck. I have your character sheet active.
Llama, you
Okay.
take that back right now.
How far is Mithluna away from me?
Did you come back to the group after? Because I know you
I
left
think she
the group
did.
for
I
a
think
while.
she walked back to
I'm
the
a-
group with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were both heading back when that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We were all in the process of kind of cleaning up and getting ready to move out of camp.
Got it. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah. They were so good. Could you repeat your question? I needed to make sure I was on the right character page.
You're perfectly fine. I just need to know distance. How far am I from Mithluna? Do I need to move? Do I need to use a move action to cast my healing word?
No.
My animation.
Healing word is a distance
Bonus.
of
60
stupid.
feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Healing word is a distance of 60 feet. You're good.
Okay. I thought it was 30 for some reason. That's all. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw healing word on Mithluna.
Thank you.
What
Same
words
shaking
of
your head.
healing are you sending?
Their head.
What words of healing am I sending?
Yes.
What did I tell you about taking a damn dirt nap? This is number 2 for her.
With that moment of
Shame.
encouragement, you get 7 health.
Right.
7 health. All right. Yay. No longer dying.
Again, air quotes for encouragement, but like,
Right.
Well, remember also, Gala's not in the happiest of moods right now.
I don't think anyone's in the happiest of moods right now, if we're being
Yeah.
honest.
Scott kind of glances back at that as you come back to consciousness, and he just looks at you. He's like, "She's got a point."
Dirt nap.
I have that idle music from the TikTok trend in my head right now. I can't get
which one?
that when the idle animation trend that on TikTok, they got the the combat idle music. It is stuck in my head right now.
Yeah,
See,
I've
when I
heard it
keep
briefly.
thinking-
And then
I keep
So
thinking
that
idle
is-
music.
That is a
Okay.
bonus
That-
action.
that is my bonus action. Move action, get 30 feet closer. Standard action, double dagger throw, and then I'll retrieve 2 more.
I believe you can only throw 1 dagger because
Yeah, that's right. Bonus
you-
action. I already used it, so yes.
all right.
Scott kind of ducks down, knowing it's coming. Here's the one.
You're short enough. You're good.
I'm not
I'm going to
taking
just
chances.
use D&D Beyond for now on this.
Yes, because I'm going to have to put myself on mute right now.
Okay.
Because after that, I'm done.
Occur.
Oh boy.
One moment while I do some quick hippity typing.
Oh no.
Okay.
And then the second
So-
owlbear burst through the tree line.
How dare you try and take my babies?
Why are they put on the globe burn right now?
So, you see, Mealy, after mildly insulting you, run forward, pull a knife off of their hip, toss it up just a smidge, catch it by the blade, and just hurl it at this unicorn, and the dagger itself buries itself into the leg temporarily before skirting itself out.
I hold up my short swords like field goal. Goes right in between them.
The land hit fairly well. The roll itself wasn't super high, but it did connect, and it did do damage.
We like that.
Mithluna, you are up. Silver, you are on deck. You are
Right.
prone on the ground.
All right. Well, terrible things just happened because of wild magic. So she hesitates for about half of a second, burned, only vaguely heard, knows, why are you trying to take a dirt nap? And see, if I cast a level 1 spell, I have to roll on wild magic again
Please,
to see if
no
it
more
goes off.
unicorns.
Or I
Look it over to my
do.
chart. There we go.
Yeah, because we're going off of. Yeah, because she's going off of instinct right now. So she is going to be casting Chaos Bolt.
I'm so glad.
Baller.
She'll have to roll for wild magic again, though.
Yeah,
I
but that's the
really
thing.
hope
I'm
that
so
you get
fucking
one
glad.
particular thing, because it would make me absolutely laugh.
Did my cats? Oh no,
Did your cats
my cat stole. My
steal your
cat
dice?
stole my. Yes, they did. Okay, so instead of the normal bright green chaos dice, I'm going to say the blue one is the chaos dice. Wait, got the wrong one.
So wait, are you rolling on the wild magic table?
No, I'm going to roll a d20 to see if it goes off because it's a normal roll. Okay, so orange is going to be the wild magic.
Sounds good.
Okay, that is a 16 to hit the unicorn,
16 will hit.
and then a 14 on the wild magic, so it does not go off.
Okay.
Thank goodness. Okay, so for chaos bolts, I roll. You're having me roll a 2d. So normally it's roll 2d8, and then 1d6, and then whichever one it turns out. Because I seem to remember you wanted me to roll in a 10 on one of them.
Oh, yes. It's a D10 roll for your which element it is.
Okay.
So I have a D10 chart.
Oh
Excellent.
my god.
All
It's
right,
cotton
so it is going to
candy.
be in the chaos.
Cotton candy.
All right, so it's a 10 on the d10.
Roll me a D4.
Okay. find my caltrop. My cats have been playing with my dice. Oh no. After this round, I'm going to be collecting my dice to figure out where the missing ones are. That would be a 4.
Ooh, hot rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are far too happy about this.
She really is.
Yeah, I really am.
Am I going to be happy about it? That's the next question.
We
That's
will
the
find
question,
out.
really,
Roll me
of the
your
hour.
damage, and then I will narrate.
Are they Skittles? Is she hitting the unicorn with just a bunch of Skittles?
No, something
That
much
would
more
be-
terrifying.
That would be
I
amazing.
can't
Okay,
eat
hold on.
Skittles anymore. No, it's never
Oh,
been
yeah.
What's more scary than Skittles?
Sour Skittles.
Uh,
Right.
diabetic ketoacidosis.
Right in the eye.
Grabbing a handful of Skittles and realizing that it's not just Skittles, but
M&Ms.
M&Ms and Reese's Pieces all in the same handful.
Oh.
Okay, so it's
Whoever
9...
does that goes straight to the 9th level of hell.
So it's 9 on the base damage, and then the extra d6 is 6 points. So 15 total.
As this creature pass bloodied, the Chaos Bolt is, when it leaves your hands, does not shine like any spell that you have ever cast. In fact, it is absent of light entirely. As it hits the unicorn, it lets out a horrendous of agony. Give me an Arcana check at advantage.
Oh boy. This can in no way go horribly, horribly wrong. I rolled a 2. So
That's with advantage?
with advantage. Yeah, I rolled the other one dice as a 1.
Throw
I-
those out right now.
Okay. So
My
I
dice.
have proficiency in that. Can I roll?
You have proficiency, you can roll.
Yeah, it's a 5 total.
A 5 total. You're not sure what kind of elemental power that was, but it's not something you that's for sure.
Guys, I gotta tell you right now. I gotta be totally perfectly honest with you, okay? Our group has never heard of this shit in our entire life because I just fucking...
Guys, we're doing so good. I don't think
This
you
is going well.
understand.
I think this is going well.
Hey, Gil.
This is
Due
perfect.
to recent events, would Skad recognize anything about the nature of it?
No.
No, didn't think so.
Amazing.
Wait,
Just thought I'd
can-
shoot my
Miffluna's
shot.
just saying. Miffluna's just saying, "Is void magic? I just summon the void."
even though I can't help because I'm not proficient, you're gonna see Silver like fingers are on her forehead, really thinking. Arcana. Arcana.
Her axe just swinging dangerously.
Arcana.
Grip in the hand.
Arcana.
Well,
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is.
and then she goes in with her axe and goes,
My long sword. I don't use an axe.
Oh, long sword. I'm sorry.
Long sword because I like to feel
I-
taller. That's okay,
I
Llama.
was
I forgive you.
stereotyping you. I'm so sorry.
Definitely was a racial
stared-
stereotype, but okay.
I stereotype myself all the time. It's fine.
Okay.
Anything else?
Can I also? No, I can't disengage without. Yeah, no, that's it. And I'm gonna get up, obviously.
Yeah, which takes half of your standard movement.
Yeah, and I don't want to run because I don't want to give this unicorn an opportunity to shank me again.
Fair.
Silver, you are up. Fiacre, you are on deck.
How far am I from Llama?
I'd say you could get there with your movement.
Okay, so am I able to see the blackness that she just shot out?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do like a run and kind of like halt for a second. Like, what was that? It seems like you have a touch of darkness in you there, Llama. I'm proud. And I'm going to chop at the unicorn with my big old long sword. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Yes. Okay. And that is 9 points of damage. And I just sort of take my big long sword and I just do kind of like an upward baseball bat swing to try and kind of maybe move it so it's not angled towards Mithluna, you know, so she doesn't get shanked again by the horn. I don't know how the physics would work with that, but you know, just woohoo, go away. and I don't have a. Do I have a bonus action?
Parry, thrust. Good.
What?
Sorry. It's a quote from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, I already used my action surge. That'll be my turn.
All right. Fiacre, you are up. The unicorn is on deck.
All right, so I think everyone is getting the picture so far, but let's just see. Can anyone guess what happens when combat initiates within a few feet of Fiacre? Anyone? Any
Fiacre
guesses?
runs.
She cries. They cry.
Fiacre runs away.
Yeah, so the Fiacre went last because they were just standing there like just jaw dropped, like I can't believe this fucking cantrip just summoned like some horrible monster. And and then they you know, they just I can't believe this is happening again. Oh, all right. Parallelism, everyone. Parallelism. Let us do it again. All right.
It's kind of the life of an adventurer. So what would you do?
So Fiacre's going to take off running at a dead sprint towards the tree that they were up the last time that we were all in combat. But in any case, yeah, Fiacre is sprinting towards the tree where they left their grappling hook, and are just
Where are
going
you
to.
going?
I am gaining tactical distance.
Okay.
Then Fiacre runs away.
And as they do, they are going to shout over their shoulder, and are going to fire off a couple of simple spells. The first of which will be a vicious mockery at the unicorn. As hard as it may be to disparage a unicorn, they're going to give it their best shot. So Fiacre is going to run away and use vicious mockery, and quote from a humorous book that they have read recently, and say that there was a foolish beast of the moor, which was a terrible boar. With a head full of hay, it would neigh and bray, a creature whose wisdom was poor. And just, you know, say all sorts of unpleasant things about this beautiful, majestic, evil creature. And I believe I also have a bonus action, which I will use to They're also going to toss off a bardic inspiration at Skad? Skad, sure,
Alrighty.
yeah.
Drawn
And
to
they
that.
are going to try to inspire him with a couplet of prose, and just say, through chapters of struggle and moments of grace, a resilient soul finds its destined place. And gonna try to get to that tree. I don't know how close I can get. Oh, and also I did do the vicious mockery. I wasn't sure if the unicorn would save against that.
All right, let me roll. What is the DC and what is the requirement? I believe it's a charisma modifier, I think.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15. This is the one I was calling for. It does save.
Of course. The unicorn is unaffected. It knows it's too damn majestic. All right, well, fair enough.
I believe that it does hinder the unicorn itself, if I'm right.
Oh.
Whether it passes or not, it just does not do damage. What is the negative effects for the?
Typically, it would do 1d4 psychic damage and give it disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn. I wasn't aware it did that, whether it saves
The
or not, but that's
disadvantage
awesome.
still stays if it passes. It just, this is what I've heard from many a different gaming point.
I've always understood it as a save or suck.
Well,
What did you just say?
whatever. I mean,
Heard
I like
as the disadvantage is
anyway.
there either way, but it is damage if
Is it the same for? Because I have a cantrip that does. Is it the same for Mind Sliver?
I think it's a similar range as like Mind Sliver. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn. It doesn't say anything about if they succeed on the save, they take half or any other
All right.
effects.
So then I think I might just be Mind Sliver that does it always gives the bonus on Mind Sliver.
Mind Sliver.
That actually sounds right.
Yeah, Mind Sliver only does damage if you fail, but always does a thing.
I can't find my player's handbook.
The target must succeed an intelligence saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn. So the wording's very similar between Vicious Mockery and Mind Sliver.
A lot of cantrips are just kind of like that. If they save, they don't take anything because most cantrips are just so weak magic, I think was the idea behind the balance of it.
Yeah. We'll currently hold it as the standard save or suck.
Thanks, God.
Look,
This
that
works
means if
both
someone
ways, by the
casts
way.
Yeah, it works both
So
ways.
bad guys can use cantrips too.
I know. Anyway, will I be able to get to that tree and begin my way up it, or I don't know how far away I am.
You are able to get to a tree, but you are not able to start your climb yet.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, well, I at least am at the maximum distance I can get away from this fucking monster that is goring people. I've given bardic inspiration to Skad. I have attempted to insult a beautifully majestic creature, and that's my turn.
All right. Speaking of beautiful, majestic creatures, it's the beautiful, majestic creature's turn.
Fuck.
And going over the numbers, Skad, unfortunately, you kind of did some of the most damage in a single turn.
Bring it.
And
I was
it's
trying
Can
to
you make that
aggro.
laugh
It's
again,
a
please?
relatively intelligent creature. So,
Yeah, I was trying to draw aggro.
yeah.
At least,
So it's going to...
Mithluna's not going to get the...
Not gonna die
Actually,
again.
Yeah. I have
I'm going to do
more...
a different thing real quick because
Yeah, for attack rolls,
while
I've got the highest AC, I think.
while it is true that you did do among the most damage, Mithluna is still within melee range of it and used kind of a particular spell. So I'm going to just roll between the three of you.
Yeah.
That are
I did summon the darkness, apparently.
I've been trying to sidle between the two of them to kind of cut off the unicorn, but
But I
mechanically,
summoned-
there's just not a...
So because of that, I'm going to make it so you're in the middle.
Yeah.
Which makes it that way it's a one pick higher to hit you.
Yep.
Of
I'm cool with
being on
that.
you. So for D6 purposes, and 2 is Silver, 3, 4, 5 is Skad, 6 is Mithluna.
All right.
So you got your wish, and it's attacking you, Skad.
All right. Bring it on.
Oh, Yorick,
Man.
really well.
Scott's confident for a guy that just died.
Bugs do connect.
All right.
Not dead yet.
My AC 15.
It rolled a 19 on the die.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Luckily, the hose aren't as powerful as it rears up and clobbers you in the face. 6 damage.
Excellent.
All right.
That's me rolling a 2. You said your armor is a 15?
AC of 15, yep.
As it comes down, it rears back its head and thrusts at you. And at the very last moment, you're able to parry with your arm. Your armor has to do something when when it's this close, and you feel like on your arm as it passes by you. It does not connect.
Yeah. But the armor, the padding of the leather armor takes it.
1.
Yep. That was my leather armor.
That was your leather armor.
Yeah. I say,
holding
that's going to leave a
bay.
bruise. My turn.
Speaking of,
Yes. As one point of clarification for all of our artists out there, so this is a black-haired unicorn with red eyes. Are those reds colored red, or do they glow red?
they are a minor glow.
Cool. Just for my edification, so I can visualize it as I attack it twice again. Like I'm not
This
even
unicorn-
moving away. Yeah.
This
Any
unicorn has
shifting or
become
moving
the
I'm
thing of
going
the
to do
night.
is to try and like get it to rotate so it's not looking at Mithluna. So like I may try and strafe around as I attack. So the first attack, ooh, yeah, no, that's only going to be a 10.
That misses.
Yeah. And the bonus action attack. Okay, yeah. So that's going to be back to a 24.
That will hit.
Okay. That's only going to be 2 points of slashing damage because this was the offhand attack, but my favored foe strikes and gives me an extra 4 points of damage. So a total of 6 points. Yeah, that was my action, bonus action. And any movement I'm using is just kind of like, come on, get over here.
As a note, if you do get within a flanking position, you do get advantage.
That's true.
and you gain you give the other person flanking.
Yeah, I think right now Scott's just sort of in the space there. He's more important in making sure that Mithluna's not gonna, take any hits.
Yeah.
So,
And is that it?
yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
I'm
Mia
here.
Lee, are you back?
Yes, I just pardon the screeching. I'm on 4-Paw Drive right now in the snow. Okay, so Miffluna's waking up. Good. No one else is taking a dirt nap. Good. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to kick him again. So hey, since someone, I'll go ahead and flank with my dual wielding brother. Move up and dual wield and flank with you.
Okay.
So-
Hi! You just see a short sword waving over the top of the horse because I'm so short. Hi!
All right,
So
rolling your
I-
first
Legs under-
attack. With that advantage, that will be a hit. Oh, for a lovely. Those numbers were supposed to go up.
Not in melee. My character's more of a thrower right now.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the fact that the number I sent was supposed to go up on that particular what I posted. But see how that works out.
No stonks. Number not go up.
And then your second attack, which I will roll with advantage again. Okay. Unfortunately, you don't add
Okay.
your damage modifiers to a offhand attack unless you have the
Dual
fighting style.
wielder.
But
No, yeah, you're right. It's the fighting style.
it would be if it wasn't trying to kill everyone. Just pointing that out.
Silver wants to adopt it, but it's
It is
mean.
so goddamn close.
It's not trying
So-
to kill everyone. It's trying to keep itself alive.
No, it's trying to kill us.
Yeah,
No,
So-
it is definitely trying to kill us.
Hey,
It fired first.
So
It definitely
Mia,
starts.
your first blade, you come in for a quick slash and you graze its torso, but you immediately reposition your hands and drive your dagger up, your second dagger up into its torso, and you catch full purchase. This blade goes all the way to the hilt for just a moment before slipping back out as the critical hit does a whopping 7 damage, just shy of maximum,
Yes.
Very nice.
as the unicorn whinnies in agony and pain. It is in extremely critical condition. Mithluna, you are up.
nope. I have a bonus action still.
That was action and bonus action for.
Oh yeah, yeah,
attack.
you're right. End the move. Never mind. I keep forgetting that. Damn it. Sorry.
It was so
Only thing
close.
stopping me
It
from
was
just
so
dual
close.
wielding all the time. It's the only thing stopping me.
All right. So in that case, I'm going to do Mind Sliver on it. And it is an attack saving throw. It's an intelligence save of 14 for Mind Sliver.
Okay, I had to double check to see if unicorns were immune to that shit.
That would be unfortunate.
Luckily, it is not.
Yes. Awesome.
So you said it's an intelligence save?
Yes. Of 14.
AC
14.
Say it.
Unfortunately, it does pass with a natural fucking 20.
Oh.
Girl, you're the
This
one that
horse is
brought me here.
evil.
I was having lunch back in the Hellfires, and now I'm here, and don't you dare try to Mind Sliver me.
Stealthy pony.
Luna, do you have anything else?
You can do 2-weapon fighting as a bonus action. Can I punch it?
You can try and punch it for your strength modifier of damage.
Alright, I will try.
What is your strength modifier?
Okay, hold on. Strength modifier. Oh, I've got 15, so +2.
Roll your
Will that-
attack.
Will that do it? Will that? if you punch it in the nose and it dies.
Roll R to hit. Roll R to hit. It's gonna be great. Natural 20. Natural 20.
Alright, I want my pink dice for this one, because the pink dice actually likes me.
Come on.
Alright, that was a 16 + 2, 18.
So how's this going down?
Oh my gosh! Did you just?
Okay, so she does
Bam!
the Mind Sliver. It clearly doesn't land, and all she's thinking is, fucking damn it. I was just trying to help clean up this thing, and you showed up, and now I'm burned, and you're burned. She just punches the horse in the nose. And says, damn it.
As your
Pure
land hit, as your punch
frustration.
hits and lands squarely in the middle of the nose, you do hear that like slight crack as the and you can see the last bit of like head trauma as it just vanishes in front of you in a dark mist. It was a summoned creature. When it dies, it goes back to wherever it was summoned from.
That's gotta have been a wild Tuesday for that.
So it just punches out. If I may, and here comes Mithluna with a folded chair. Sorry.
I was just thinking more of Street Fiacre and Hadouken. Or is that the Shuriken?
I'm not risking another surge for you.
Fiacre's just like frozen, like hands on the rope, like foot like on the base of the tree, and just like staring.
And Silver's
Really?
gonna look at her longsword and then look at her fist and kind of do like a movement and put her sword away and just put her hands in her pockets.
Silver's like, maybe I should have become a monk.
Yeah, like whoa. Existential crisis.
And Mithluna is just standing there because she doesn't normally punch things. She's
Right.
just standing there. She's like gored, she's burned, and now she punched a fucking unicorn. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but when you punch stuff, your fist hurts unless you're really used to it. So she's just sitting there going,
Yeah.
I'm fully
So,
aware.
there's a moment of silence, and then Scott just says, well, hot damn, that was pretty cool.
"Can I get some healing, please?" Ow.
All right, yeah, let's take a look here. I've had my few my fist injuries. Hold tight, hold tight. Pop the finger back in place.
Oh,
Fiacre
thanks.
is lingering near the tree, and not necessarily coming back over.
You're
I don't
safe.
think you want to
I'm-
wander too far. There's another owlbear out there somewhere. We got to finish packing up.
Mithluna sits down on the
Yes.
ground and says, "I'm
To
not
be-
casting anything else tonight. You're safe for now."
Don't
Cool.
worry.
I
do have a
toss you some
prestidigitation.
tent fabric or something. Help folds this up. And I just get back to
Okay.
just packing us up to get us to move.
So is the unicorn just laying there now?
No, the
No,
unicorn vanished.
Oh, poof. Okay.
Yeah, it was a summoned creature.
Yeah, and summoned creatures kind of just go away.
Not even a sprinkling of glitter or anything behind?
Again, it was a
It was a
of
it was an
dark
undercorn.
smoke.
Ah, not it.
Yeah.
Dad joke.
So, does anyone know what in the world that was that tried to kill me?
It was a unicorn.
What's a
Was
unicorn?
a creature, I believe, one related to the Fey realms.
What's that? I
although-
can't hear you. You're too far away after running.
I said, I believe that a unicorn is a creature related to the Fae.
Uh-huh. And how could you see it was a unicorn when you're that far away in the dark?
Scott, you're being rude. You saw me. I ran over here because look. I don't.
You want a shovel
I'm
to go with that
sleeping
grappling hook
tonight.
so you can keep digging?
Hey! And I'm gonna. How far away from Scott is from me?
Oh, we're all kind of still right together.
I'm gonna
it
yell
sounded
at you
right
now.
next to you.
Scott! Why are you shouting? Fiacre is very smart and capable. Leave them alone.
Well, if we didn't get the attention of the owlbear's mate, now we did.
I would like
Why-
to
thank
just
you.
glance around, Guild, and see if I notice if the other owlbear is coming.
There's 3 of them now.
Make your perception check.
Okay.
And I am out of spells.
Couldn't
I
cast
need to
anyone.
cast
They're
a-
gone.
that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
Yep.
You're starting to get the feeling that the commotion of the fighting in this area is kind of scaring everything away. You're going to have to use proper rations tonight.
All right. Yeah, we're fine. We can't go hunting tonight, Mia, because it looks like I scared them all away. That one's on me.
I'll turn to Fiacre. Fiacre, you can come down now.
Like peeking over a tree branch. Are you certain?
God says so. So if you don't trust me, you can trust God.
Shouldn't it be the reverse? Because I was just the one being mean to them.
I don't want to make assumptions for
You're
other
quite
people's
all right,
feelings.
Scott. My feelings are not that delicate.
And I don't want to.
This will be a
down.
challenge. No, I'm just kidding.
And I don't want to make assumptions about your feelings, Fiacre. I support you.
Yep.
Really, that was an
Grappling hook.
accident. I don't know what happened. It's
Grappling hook over shoulder, just coming back.
Like nothing
All right,
happened.
all right.
Look, I gotta make fun of you as I hold mine up. We're grappling hook buddies.
Cling them
hookers.
together.
Clink. Yeah.
We are the hookers of the group.
We're gonna keep workshopping that. I think in the meantime, let's kind
No.
of get our food together and out.
I think
Getting
we should be
late.
we're the group that hooks. It's totally fine.
You know, for Mithluna, for you
No.
being a chaos one and wild, you're definitely bringing a lot of chaos and wild to the group. And what did I tell you about taking a nap? In the
To
middle of fighting?
be fair, this one. No. See, with my kind of magic, I don't. Are any of you familiar with the Mages Guild? And
I
Yes,
chaos
we know.
mages.
In
I
passing.
know the mages. I know how they are. You're perfectly fine. I just have to give you shit like everyone else. I am an
brilliant.
equal opportunity repeat offender. I will offend everyone just the same. I will do it again, and no, I'm not sorry.
Guild would Silver know?
Probably in passing at very least.
Okay. I mean, I kind of know in passing.
Dang.
I am an unofficial. I'm not gilded yet, but I am a chaos mage. And
Getting plated in gold.
Let chaos
well,
ring.
With my kind of magic, maybe someday.
That is a terrifying thought.
Well, you couldn't be anything less than gold because you are golden. You know, of a human.
No.
You're welcome.
Well, you are made of
kiss
diamond,
already.
my friend.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do we need to make
Fiacre.
y'all a tent?
Your group hug.
Fiacre, are you jealous? Do you want to join in?
Please. No, thank you.
That is not a life path that I'm ready to interact with just yet. I'm not.
We're
there.
just
Fiacre,
best
you're a
friends.
glowstone.
Just dudes being dudes.
I thought you two were working on trying to make more smut reading. So who's gonna be the
shit, we
author
still
on this
are?
one?
We're gonna go straight for each other.
We're tag teaming it.
Is that how
More ways than one.
when you say you'll go straight for each other, you mean that Silver, you will write under Mithluna as a pen name. Mithluna, you will write under Silver as a pen name.
Yes.
This is
That sounds about
flawless.
right.
It can't possibly go wrong.
I thought it was a ghostwriter because Mithluna keeps falling. Eventually, she might be up as a ghost, and that's how she'll write.
Well, with the chaos mages, it's entirely possible.
But are
I
you
don't cast magic very often. The last
Mm-hmm.
few days is the most magic I think I've cast in the past year. I don't do it very often because when I do, there is a chance that something like this happens.
You're not.
And
like
if you
a
are
wizard,
going,
though. 'Cause I
no,
haven't seen a spell book on you.
I never studied for this magic. I was born with it. It started manifesting when I started growing into my adolescence.
And DM, point of order,
Maybe
while
you join
everyone
them,
is
maybe
sitting
it's
around
Mage's Guild?
having this.
Go
What'd
ahead,
you say,
Fiacre.
Sorry, I was just going to say, while everyone is having this little RP exchange, not to specifically interrupt the RP, but like, could we consider this a short rest? And so I can like play a little ditty on my violin and give us the song of rest to maybe get everyone a little bit more.
So from this
Well,
point
As they
forward,
were-
you will be able to continue on to a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
We're
Okay,
winding
never mind.
down
I just
for the
wanted to,
night. It was
just in case there was anything going to burst through the tree line, right?
May I ask though? I think you should still play your little ditty for us.
You
Yeah.
can.
Well, all right. Then while everyone's talking,
Silver will sway to the music.
So I think Scott, you were trying to say something.
Oh no, I was just making a very, very bad joke.
Oh.
So yeah. Who knew dying could take it out of you so much?
Yeah, about that.
One would expect.
What? What are you talking about?
Violet roses, my friend.
Purple.
Purple roses. Do you know what that means?
No.
You, if I'm remembering correctly, you have been conscripted into the service of. Yeah, what's the vampire's name again? I'm so sorry.
Damn it.
Would Mithluna actually know that?
In the last episode, I rolled.
She had gotten
rolled
the
20.
natural 20 to
Right.
know the iconography of the purple roses.
Yeah.
But before
would
she had a
know
chance
of-
to tell anybody.
The Order of the Rose.
And that
Uh,
most people who
Pull my
get
coat over the iconography on my jacket.
most people who get conscripted are, when they die, their bodies in necromancy are going to be used as labor and soldiers in war, but the knights are a little bit different, and that was the what the knights are after they die was above the nat 20 that I got, and I didn't get that information, so I know that
Right.
Skad's not a foot soldier.
you know that Skad is not a foot soldier. Skad is now connected to Baron Dumont. And
Dumont, that was what it is.
the fact that Skad is on the path to immortality. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say immortality, because immortality means that you transcend life. He's on the path to transcend death.
Ugh.
Those are two
I-
different roads.
Yeah. Scott just looks at you, kind of looks away, and doesn't really make any. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't conscripted into anything. I'm just. I guess whatever happened, the owlbear just knocked me away, and I was able to get back to my feet. I got lucky.
And did the iconography, did it show up on your jacket?
It did, but I'm hiding it now. Like,
Oh,
because after a little bit, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to talk about this yet, but none of you know that.
fair.
Yeah.
I think Mithluna's gonna see that and say, "Well, it's good, because the foot soldiers that gets conscripted, when they die, their bodies are used in perpetuity for labor and war. But it's not the same thing for the knights, just the foot soldiers. I can't remember what the knights. It's a different deal."
I wasn't knighted into anything either. I mean, as far as I know, I just got lucky.
I'm glad you got lucky.
Yeah,
This place would be a lot quieter without you.
Now that doesn't make sense, because my whole thing is to be quiet and to sneak around.
Well, you were just shouting at Fiacre.
Well,
Indeed.
yeah, that's after combat was over, and I'm not used to combat starting and people just running, turning around and running directly away. Like, I'll back up in a fight to get some room to fire my bow. You know, I won't blame anybody who doesn't want to be in the thick of it, but just straight the other way, I'm just like, what the fuck? So I apologize, Fiacre. I was just a little, you know, surprised and confused. I wasn't used to that kind of
Oh dear,
style
you're quite
before.
all right. Look, you were out for the fight with the owlbear, so I can't blame you on that front. But what you missed was essentially the same thing happening sans you. The owlbear attacked, downed you. Silver jumped in front of you, and I made for the tree. Once upon the tree, I was able to assist Silver and the others, I was able to try my best to keep you from facing a terrible fate with my magic. But this was all done from the perch upon the tree, from which I wouldn't have to worry as much about my own safety, and could focus entirely on assisting everyone. But I understand if you that since you were not there for that, you might have gotten the wrong impression. But no, you can look. We don't know each other that well, but as I have said to Silver quite recently, I don't want any of you to die.
Yeah, I can attest. It hurts a lot when you get close to death. Like,
Right, I could imagine.
It's a pain in the ass. Now, granted, that could have just been the owlbear coming at me from behind.
Right.
Like claws, yeah, not fun. Oh, ow! I'm gonna be not able to sit right for a week.
Oh, don't I know the feeling?
What? What was that?
What?
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll
Yeah,
leave that
sorry?
as it lies.
We're not in the brothel anymore. Come on now.
But we
Well,
do
if they're
have
not ready.
hookers.
Again, we're workshopping that idea.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because you walk into a city, hi, we're the hookers. We're here to help with your rat problem down in the basement. Yeah, it doesn't exactly sell yourself.
Well, look,
'Cause-
I see no problem with this.
you have that just means you have twice the number of people interested in your services.
You know, branding,
But
branding,
that's
and
not a service
getting
I'm providing.
getting
We
attention of your audience is so important.
Yeah, brand
Exactly.
confusion. But it does kind of make sense that we should, think of how to present ourselves, because if we're going to keep working together, it seems like that might be happening, and, well, we're still kind of trying to get used to each other, so that might take a little while, but maybe we start thinking of how do we call ourselves when talking about ourselves to other people? What are we a part of? So something to sleep on. In the meantime, it's getting late. I think we should all go to bed. I'll go ahead and take
Yeah,
first
I need a
watch.
nap.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take first watch. Y'all
Are we
chill
doing
out.
double, like 2 people on watch, or just 1?
We wouldn't be able to make it to the morning because we need 4 watches, 2 hours each.
Technically, you can get away with 2 watches, especially since you
I would take
have
second watch.
a
True.
elf on the team.
So at least 2 watches, and that we're so 2 watches.
Yeah,
And
2 or 3
elf
watches.
takes the last 2.
I will do second watch.
I'll take the last watch so I can,
Alright.
sleep enough to get my hit points back, and then I'll be good.
All right.
I'll take
Fiacre,
this
do you want
watch.
to join me on what? I was gonna say, Fiacre, do you want to join me on second watch?
Oh, sure. That sounds fun.
Okay.
At that point, I'll
Or you
take
can have your
Skad
own
with
watch,
first
that's fine.
one. Because either I do with forest or last, because remember, I don't see as well some of y'all in the dark or in the daytime. Dusk and day don't exactly work for her.
Yeah. I think by this point it's getting close to or after dark, with just the way the time we were getting ready to move the camp, then the unicorn attack. So I think it's after dark, so maybe wait till dawn. So
I can double up with Myth.
all right.
As
Sounds good.
Silver's falling asleep, she's gonna sing some of the songs that Fiacre was playing. So it'll be, I'm Mr. Light Spell. I'm like gonna sing that over and over again. This is
I
the
would like-
sound of unicorns.
Right before you drift off, you just hear right in your ear, if you keep me up if you keep me awake with your singing, we will have words in the morning. And then
I would like to know.
I'm gone.
I would like to note that before we all disperse and all that, I think Fiacre would attempt to kind of swing by Skad when the others aren't around, and just very, very quietly and discreetly just lean down and say, I don't believe when you say that you just got lucky. I've seen a lot of different kinds of luck in my time, and that didn't seem like luck to me. You may not be willing to discuss it now, and I just wanted you to know that I'm fine with that. We can discuss it when the time comes.
Okay. Scott nods and pulls out his bow, pulls out a single arrow, knocks it, and then just sits there, looking into the night. Once everyone goes to sleep, though.
He steals all our coin purses.
No.
He steals our souls.
Oh no.
Scott takes his watch while keeping an eye out and just mulls over everything that had happened to him. He's not ready to talk about it because he doesn't know what it means for himself. And I think in the depths of the night, he feels that darkness creeping in. Like as if it gets darker around him. But then he blinks, and everyone else is asleep, so they just don't see him. After a little while of thinking about it, he sits up straighter. He sits up straighter and smirks into the night. You're going to be my bitch now. And then he finishes his watch, wakes up Silver, and eventually heads to bed.
What?
You're
Morning,
lucky I
sunshine.
didn't pour water on you.
Oh gosh. Oh, response to your other thing. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. And she's gonna trot off to watch, and she's gonna wake up Fiacre. It's time for watch.
Why did I agree to this? All right.
Because you're a
As
masochist.
Silver's camera just
This
freezes.
Scott's girl.
How did you know that, Skad? In any case.
He's already
So
sleeping.
sorry. Repeat yourself. I was frozen badly.
Yeah, that's literally what I said.
Oh, okay. Say it again, please.
Oh,
So
Fiacre
that's literally what I
said,
said, as your camera freezes badly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The watches go without any issues. In the next few days of travel pass with a couple small moments of darkness, but nothing really that notable. After adding an unfortunate 2 days to your trip, you finally arrive in the small town of Dungrave. You can tell this once was a booming mining town, now diminished to a place mostly filled with farmers. There's a small set of shrines near the middle of town, and they are across the street from a inn called the Native Pick. Silver, you would recognize this name. It has been a dwarven-owned establishment and proudly as such for quite a long time. It's one of the few places that was established by the river rights that was not in physical connection to a mine. It's in late afternoon as you all enter town. You do have access to heading and getting the meal. It'll be breakfast that you'll get for free, and you are given 2 nights of available rest for your first stop here for free. Only 1 free meal, but that's fairly average.
Are the 2 nights consecutive, or one to stay here and prep and then head out? We do the mine, then the one for
2
stay on the
consecutive
way
nights.
back. 2 consecutive nights.
Yes. 2 consecutive nights on your way out and 2 consecutive nights on your way back.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so it gives us a night to stay for our arrival. We prep the second day, and then we head out the third.
Right. But you only get 1 breakfast for free. Other meals are on your own dime.
Oh,
Most adventurers have extra coin, and you were given initial 10 gold up front, so if you didn't spend all of it, this is a small enough town to where you can tell that copper and silver are probably the higher properties of coins.
Fiacre is definitely not going to be dipping into their coin purse, and if no one immediately offers to pay for the meals, they're going to take at least a couple of hours aside to kind of just busk in the inn and just kind of play for tips that they're going to use for their food.
Silver's going to take your hand and say, no. I'll cover it.
Well,
Are you
Scott's
heading to
been-
the
very
inn
kind.
right away?
What?
Are you heading to the inn right away?
I mean, we arrived. Is it after check-in time? Because if it's before check-in time, we'll mill about. But if it's after check-in time, might as well get our rooms for the night.
I'd like to set my things down.
It's early afternoon, so early to mid-afternoon. So
Probably around check-in time.
you can technically check in whenever you want. It's not actual like hotel range.
And
But
we have
can never leave.
we have room and board covered anyways.
You have the rooms covered for the 2 nights, but you only get 1 meal covered for the bounty.
Yeah, so we'll get the breakfast tomorrow on the day that we're prepping and getting our gear and scouting our route. And then we stay another night, and then we leave on that third day, because we arrived in the afternoon today, stay a night, prep tomorrow, stay a night, head out. Because it's about a day's travel away, the mine, correct?
Half day.
Half day.
So if we leave in the morning, we can get there by afternoon.
Goodness,
You
what
could-
a leaving
So maybe the
pace.
first day we head down, just scout the place, come back on the same day, and then stay the night. Then the last day we head down and then actually, delve into the mine and hope we don't delve too deep or too greedily.
I think scouting
Right.
ahead is a brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
Scad, I
Thanks.
appreciate
My brother
your
taught me.
literary reference.
I do try.
So you
I
had to be in?
do.
Fiacre, I'm sorry if touching your arm was non-consensual. I hope you know. I'll make sure to ask next time. I just got excited and didn't want you to have to worry about paying for food.
Oh dear, you're quite all right.
Yeah, I get us to the end. By the way, that's probably the first time Scott has spoken more than like 1 or 2 words to all of y'all these past couple of days. He's actually been oddly silent.
Frankly, my dear, if you're willing to pay for my meals, Never mind.
You'll see Silver blush a little bit. No. Finish that thought.
Well, you were just asking if you could touch me since you paid for my meals, and I said I was just going to say. But in any case, let's continue.
Mm-hmm. She'll put her arm around you and just sort of give you a side hug and be like, "I know, it's okay," and then she'll skitter off, just into the inn.
As you enter the inn,
Mithuna's gonna lean over to Fiacre and say, "She really doesn't know how to flirt yet. I think that was her trying to flirt. Just so you know."
Are you sure she's not a halfling reincarnated into a dwarf? With how bubbly and cheerful she is for a dwarf.
I was gonna say
Dwarves
no.
can't be bubbly and cheerful.
Silver is.
Either that or who spiked her beer.
I am the alcohol taste tester for the group.
It's true. She's kind of immune.
Got you. She's the group drunk. She's the designated drunk.
Listen, Mia, don't stereotype my race.
I'm not stereotyping your race. I'm stereotyping you.
That's fine. I stereotype myself.
I mean, if anything, we could stereotype the only human in our group.
Great. I'm the baseline for the group. I'm screwed.
I'm already at the front desk, by the way.
as you walk into the tavern, Silver, the first thing that you notice is you can see the people running this particular establishment. There is a tiefling man that is visible through the window right behind the bar itself into the kitchen area. He has a royal blue coloration to his skin, and he has adorned himself on several different areas with bits of gold. And when you expect to see a dwarf standing behind the counter, being the one pulling the drinks and passing things, instead you see a gnome man with a deep tan complexion and fire red hair. The hair itself looks almost as if it is glowing with flame.
As I walk in, I'm going to straighten myself up after that embarrassing attempt of flirting with Fiacre, and just we're fine, we're cool. So do I know this person?
You do not. You also expected that this place was going to be run by a dwarf.
Oh yeah, because it's in a mining town. And this is
a former mining town, and the native pick was established by river rights.
Yeah.
You see the one of the river right coat of arms hanging over the main fireplace.
Okay.
Adorned in mithril and gold over a mostly wooden shield, but there is a dwarf in the tavern, and by the looks of them, they're not a riverite.
Can I do, and I don't know if this, I think this is an insight check to kind of see how Silver's feeling, walking in. Is she feeling kind of uneasy and something's just, you know what I'm trying to say? Something's just not right?
Mm,
Math isn't
You can see
mathing.
how you want your character to gauge in the feeling.
It's kind of like knowing the history and knowing what you said. I don't think she would be like, she would have a hard time like understanding how to feel, but she knows that it's off. Like she feels like, you know, when you try to put a pair of pants on and it should fit, but they just don't. You can still button the button, but they just feel different.
Mm-hmm. Or you
I
go
feel
to your
like-
favorite restaurant and like you've known the family for years. They sold the restaurant to a different couple.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
while it feels the same and the vibe is still there, this Mexican place has a dude with the last name of Smith. Like,
Yeah. It feels unauthentic too. Like, so I think Silver is gonna go up to, because Skad's already in there, right?
Scott's already in there. Scott's making his way up towards the gnome.
Making my way.
Skad's gonna, or Silver's gonna grab Skad and pull him
What's up?
in real close
Nope.
to like whisper in his ear.
Personal space. Yeah.
So, something isn't right. Just
Scott is instantly on alert.
just be cool, be chill, but notice how many dwarves are in this place.
Technically, too.
I count 2, and I hope my math is
That's
right.
including Silver.
Wait, including you or not?
Yeah, including me.
2.
We're in a
Why do you say dwarves? Because did you share with us that you know that this place is run by dwarves?
yeah. I would have. I
Okay.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm whispering in your
after a
ear right
second,
now.
Scott's like,
All this.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm whispering all that information into
New
your ear.
management. Scott looks right at you, and I guess we're just like really close face to face because you kind of
Yep.
leaned in. So he turns to look at you, and you see those red rings around his irises, sort of helping the black of his eyes pop. And he smirks, is like, "You know, I can play cool.
Okay, good. What? Do
Why
I notice
don't
your
you
eyes?
stay here?" I mean, yeah, you're right up in my face, so you see how the red rings are there. They weren't there before.
That's the face she's giving you.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
sorry.
don't you hang back
that
here?
again?
Yeah. You hang back here. Chill out. Because, no offense, you are a friend, so I'm going to be honest. You can't fool.
What do you mean I can't be?
Case in point. You let me handle it. You let one of us handle this.
Hold on.
And Mithluna comes up right behind both of you. What's going on? Who's playing it cool?
Hold on. You have to
Silver
give me
can't.
some credit.
Oh,
Because I asked you for help. So that shows some insight.
And yes,
Second off,
and I
she's
appreciate
gonna-
that. You did very good.
I'm gonna pat myself. Do you need like eye drops or something? I think I have like
I have to
some.
just say,
Skad quickly averts his gaze and looks away. He's like, everything's fine. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
I love how we're
Can
walking
I
into this place
insight-
and you guys all like are bunching up in the entrance and like it was supposed to be just a quick little, hey, something's off. Keep your head on a swivel. And now
I think
turned into,
Skad would know to
arguing,
nudge
and then like
people to the
Mithluna comes
side
up and
so
is
we're
like,
not,
hey
you
guys,
know,
how's it going?
being obvious and blocking traffic.
it's the chaos trio. What else do you
It is.
expect
It
from
is
the
absolutely.
chaos trio?
I think I have our group name. Chaos Incarnate.
Oh, they were gonna say chaos trio, and I was like, but there's more than 3.
No, because you two are music people, chaos and chords.
Oh, I love that.
Chaotic
chaos
chords?
chords. Chaos chords. C2.
I kind of like chaotic chords. It just
Yeah.
That's a nice-
little better.
for
Chaotic makes it into an adjective, but I like saying chaos chords because that leaves the chaos as part of the proper noun. So it becomes a title as opposed to an adjective.
Or the chords of chaos.
It becomes
instead of the words of
ranking as
chaos?
opposed to descriptive. cords of chaos. I like personally. I like chaos cords because there's just something.
I like that.
There's
as
that two-name title feel to it,
it rolls
as
off
opposed to
the tongue.
something of something, which means we are subservient to it. We're not. We are it.
Or chaotic encore.
I like the simple chaotic chords.
Yeah, that's true.
Chaos
I do like that
chords.
simplicity of the
I like-
chaos.
Yeah.
So I vote
Chaos
either
chords.
chaos and chords or chaotic chords or chaos chords.
I'll note that if you say it in character, Fiacre will be quick to remind you that they study literature. Thank you very much.
But anyways, so we're kind of bunched all there, I guess, and everyone else has come in too. I just everyone in. So we're gonna play it cool. Who wants to go talk and get us the rooms? Because I'm not normally the personable type of fellow.
I'll do
That
it.
would be.
I
No, we have
My
to
friends.
What did I just tell you, Silver?
I
My
can
dear
do
friend.
it.
It's
My-
not a. You're good when we need to hit things and have somebody very energetically bubbly. When we need just a little bit of subtlety. No offense.
Need I remind you? I got us this hotel room.
My dear friends,
True.
if I may, why don't we have one person do the talking and a second person can back them up? I think that is the most
Mhm.
pragmatic answer.
And you three seem like you've got the biggest forces of will, and you can kind of get in there and convince people better.
People
You
better.
and me, we're good
Well,
at
so
intimidating
far-
things. Like, well,
so
you're
far
good
we're
at
just-
intimidating things. I'm good at sneaking around them.
Mithluna's like, wait, catch me up. We're just getting our rooms, right?
If
And
I
Silver will
may.
whisper in her ear all of the information that the guild shared with me.
Yeah. And while she is doing that, I would like to now get a read of the room. Like,
I will also tell
what is
Fiacre at the
feel
same time, by the
between
way.
this like lacking information, get it
And Mia.
between this gnome, the tiefling, and the other dwarf that's in here. With what little information I have, what's the vibe?
Yeah, are they
Well,
watching us as
admittedly,
well?
there's
Like,
more
having...
than just those three. Like, this is a
Yeah.
reasonably
And that
run establishment. There's a good
Oh, okay. I
Like,
thought
there's
it
a
was like
good number of
these
people
three
in
other
here.
people and all of us like whispering. I was like, wait a minute.
there's a good number of people in here,
Okay.
but the factor of note is the fact that there is only one dwarf that,
okay.
aside from the one in the party, that is in this
Mhm.
particular place, and as Silver would expect, it is not run. Unlike what, in fact, it is not being run by a dwarf, but instead a gnome.
Yep.
And a tiefling.
And that's why I kind of just want to get a read of them and just sort of the vibes of the room. Because I've done crowd watching work.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of want to insight it, I guess. Either insight or perception, or just kind of read the room.
Insight, you're kind of just...
What's
the insight would be
vibes?
like...
I'm going to check out its vibe,
Right.
dude.
How's it feeling?
Oh, that's an 18.
Very nice.
18.
Bodacious.
The dwarf doesn't seem too terribly thrilled here in general from the looks of it. With your also higher perception, you can tell that this dwarf is probably, I'll get the proper words eventually when my brain kicks into new gears. This dwarf is probably similarly employed as you all are right now. Not the same job, but he looks kind of Adventure Guild, like cleaner than you've seen other Adventure Guild members. But he kind of
Okay.
blends in with the room, but you can tell he's armed.
Okay.
You can also tell from your insight that the gnome and tiefling are trying to do their best of keeping this place up in good spirits. After a short bit of time, you notice that there is a third person working here. A young, feminine presenting human, late teens, that is running to the tables.
Okay.
And also with your perception, you do catch within your like checking range when she gets to the front. While you don't know Gnomish,
Mhm.
being from Mandan, you can kind of pick up a parental term of endearment in most languages.
Okay.
And you hear that from her in Gnomish when she drops off some coins and picks up another tray of food and drink and continues scurrying about.
She says that to the gnome when she's at
Yeah.
there. Okay. All right. Any other vibes off of just people, other people in the tavern here? It's just normal crowds.
Normal crowd, chill to positive.
Okay.
There is some negative you can feel in the air, but with context clues, you're pretty sure it's probably something to do with the fact that there's shit going on near the mines, and they are a half day's trip from the mine.
Yeah, they're right down the road. They're way too close to that fucker.
Yeah, that seems to be the only negative range that you're catching off of it.
But it's just far enough away that people aren't too worried.
Right. You get a feeling that there is some level of protection in the town.
Okay.
And we temporarily lost Mithluna. We'll
Lana!
actually
Not again.
So as I take the room around,
Thing went
and
on.
I just lean over to Silver and I say, I think she's adopted. And then, pointing to the young femme presenting human, and I guess that's where you wanted to break it.
Yeah, we'll take a.
That's
Your
her.
face.
That's Silver's face. Like,
We're going to take a 10-minute break, and I'm actually going to put an alarm down to make sure that it is proper 10 minutes for
Thank
one
goodness.
time. And we have returned.
Lift
Mute
off.
that down.
And so we're back from a Twitch break. You just walked in to find us here with those weird looks upon our faces.
Slightly rearranging, but that kind of happens on occasion throughout this stream. No, do a real quick. Do that. There we go. There we go.
It's appropriate given the chaos nature.
So, just completely side note point. To the two people that are new to this chat range, hi, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us. If you are confused at all on what the story is, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's right down here. And, well, it's literally under my name. If you look on the Twitch, it's literally right down here. Or you can go up to the link, Skad, point above. That link right up there has the other has information there as well. It's, if you actually look on the Twitch, you'll see where those are. But yeah, backlogs of this is in there. Back to the plot.
With a twist.
So, anyways, she's probably adopted, but doesn't matter. I think they're just running the place. That said, the one other dwarf here doesn't look too happy to be here. They're probably another adventurer. So we may want to gently go up and also talk to them while somebody gets our rooms. And don't make a scene.
Excuse me. I know I'm not the most like etiquette forward person, but can you just assume someone's been adopted? Like, is that okay?
Well, I'm saying probably they used a familial term of endearment when they approached the gnome at the counter.
Okay, so you didn't like go up to them and be
Fair
like,
enough.
"Hey, you're adopted."
Now, it could just be one of those familial terms of endearments, like you might call the old person that runs the local bar, "Hey, Paps, here you go." So it could just be that.
Could be.
And
In any
I'm not
case-
the
We're all
one
one big happy
that's
family,
cool.
right?
And I would never go up to someone and be like, "Hey, Paps."
No, I'm not talking about random. I'm talking about the. Please tell me you're yanking my chain.
No, I never yank your
obviously-
chain. I only steal your coin purse.
Uh,
The word is people, anyway.
Yeah, thank you, Fiacre.
I'll just take it on the.
I-
I'll
I
take that one on the chin.
prestidigitation cold socks.
Careful!
Not wet socks.
On
Careful.
me.
Yeah. Not wet socks, just cold socks.
As long as they're dry, they will warm up, and my feet have become a little like warm, like overly warm in these boots, so it cools them off nicely. Oh, thank
Llama-
you.
You
Llama-
should have made them a
llama-
little bit damp.
llama
Well,
Sorry.
the thing is, when
please.
it's really cold, the body doesn't always have the ability to tell the difference between wet and cold.
Fiacre, what
Well,
were
that's
you
So
gonna
a
say?
little bit.
Do please take care. Busting out advanced spells like prestidigitation. It's one thing to summon a horrible monster in a clearing in the middle of the woods. It's another thing to summon a horrible monster in the middle of a tavern. In any case,
Well, these ones don't summon the terrible. Then she pauses and thinks
Yeah,
about.
let's all right,
less-
back on
And
track.
then
Let's everyone
Yes,
focus in.
thank you.
Listen to the short green guy. So I'm thinking somebody go talk to the dwarf. Somebody go get us some rooms. Amelia, you just kind of want to chill out there? Cool. Why don't I go with somebody who can talk to get us the rooms, because someone else probably is better talking. And then 2 other people go speak to the dwarf. And then we'll kind of, do a meanwhile and catch up later to see what each of us are doing. Sound good?
all right. Might I simply collect one piece of information that I've been meaning to write down? Silver, it is my understanding that you have some sort of hereditary connection to this town, this place that we are in. Can you just very briefly enumerate that for me?
Like how I'm connected to this town?
Yes, please.
I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm overgeneralizing here, but the mining community is pretty tight knit. It's kind of like, it's not like everyone's kind of related, but everyone's kind of connected in a sense. So it's not that we know everyone, it's just we have that kinship.
So would it be safe to say that you are a descendant of the founders of this place, or would that be inaccurate? I need to know.
DM.
I am sending you.
how far does
Bree
Peepaw's
doesn't know.
influence extend?
You see,
Peepaw was a mighty dwarf, apparently, back in the day.
you see, I want to know what kind of weight your name carries in this town. I agree with Skad. I don't necessarily think that you need to do all of the talking, but it almost might be more effective if you do not. if you are simply present as a figure, and whoever of us is talking can, if needs be, sort of name drop, as they say, and kind of
Ooh.
gesture
Point
to
of
you
order.
as an impressive figure
Point of
to
order.
who is visiting, please.
No, like this was Scott saying. Point of order.
Yes, please.
Like, okay.
Huh?
We already have the rooms promised. We just gotta show up and get them.
Exactly.
I was thinking
And that's
someone who could talk would probably just be able to talk to the owner, to the current owners of the place, and say, "So, what's been going on?" Maybe get a little lowdown on the town. Maybe
I
get
could
some
do that.
information.
I'll go
Yeah,
with
why
you.
don't you and I go do that, and you two go talk to the new
Yes.
dwarf, make a new friend. Silver, you always love making friends.
I do love making new friends. I like Fiacre's idea. Fiacre, I'm gonna have you lead, and I'm gonna kind of be behind you
right.
Yeah.
And that's
as a
You guys-
present.
not
You'll be the
why I
muscle.
said it
Yeah.
isn't something we need to bust out immediately. It's something to keep in our back pocket.
I still want you to
two
lead.
Go, you two go talk to them. We'll go do that. Mia, go with whoever you want. Cool. That is some great playing, by the way. I love it.
I appreciate your input on this.
Well, navigating crowds without, drawing too much attention kind of was something I had to do a lot. And knowing in an area that I'm not good at, like talking to people, well, it's a good thing y'all are here. Shall we? And then
Let's go.
And then Luna and I go up to the counter, and then you two go to the dwarf, and whichever order you want to do them, Guild.
Yes.
And I'll bring. I want to make sure. I don't know who has it at this point. But before we all split off, I'm gonna make sure I've got the paperwork that was given to us for the accommodations,
Yeah, that would be helpful.
so we're not relying
who
on
did
magical
have that?
teleport
I
pigeons.
don't-
We'll do the going up to the counter first.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I walk up. I kind of hop up and just lean beside. I let you do the talking because you have the higher
I've got
charisma.
that.
So above table like that. That's me. It's like, hey, let's let the people who can talk to people do the talking. And then the guy with the 0 charisma modifier shuts up.
What with the 20, with the not the 20, the 18 charisma, trip all over her words.
Perfect.
But you're still endearing.
This is why we keep Scott around. That and all the sneaking. So Mithluna's going to go. It was the gnome at the front counter, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So she's gonna go up to the front counter and be like, good evening. We were sent down by I have a terrible memory. What was the name of the Baron?
Lord Xandro.
Lord Xandro. Hi, we were sent up by Lord Xandro, and he has offered to pay 2 nights for us here, and we just wanted to collect a room, and she's gonna bring out the paperwork and show it, but always keep her hand on it so they can't like take it away and pretend it doesn't happen.
Yeah. He walks over and pulls a pair of like quarter moon spectacles from out of his pocket.
Oh, those are fancy.
It seems everything is in order. Thank you. I will make sure to pass the night's bill. Is it just the 2 of you, or
We have 3 other companions with us.
3 other companions? Okay. How many rooms will you need? We have a large bunking room. We'd be able to house all of you easily enough.
We have to do the large
Or
bunking
we can
room.
split down if
Silver's
necessary.
gonna want to sleep over.
Mithluna leans over and says, "Yeah, I think we'll do the bunking."
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of all of us do a little bit of a dog pile, all of us together. One bunking room. It
Not like
sounds
that.
excellent.
Not like
Please
that.
do not
Please.
rearrange the furniture. It is
Does that happen a
Well-
lot around here when some like guests rearrange the furniture? Especially, I can tell that there's a
not
few
often,
people.
but it has happened enough times to where I have seen enough members of the Adventurers Guild that I say things ahead of time to make sure
Ah.
that we don't have to do additional work and charge someone more.
What
And then-
is the most common things? Because we're brand new to the Adventurers Guild. What is the most common things that we can avoid doing to make your life a whole lot easier? That tends to happen around here.
Don't start fights. If a fight does start, don't kill anyone.
No killing anyone. Got it. Check. That's simple.
Don't
Well, I think the don't start
rearrange
fights is also as important.
places.
Oh.
Like most people who have shops are set up their place of business and work accordingly. And the number one thing is remember someone else is paying your bill. If you incur more of a bill, they might charge you for it after.
Fair. That's fair point. Does that happen often? Where
It
adventurers
has
getting into
happened enough
trouble?
where I have a few adventurer badges that were forfeit out of
Ooh.
unable to pay their own tab after they outpaid their tab.
How often does that happen?
I have 3 badges to my name, which is 3 more than I wish I had.
Yeah.
To my knowledge,
Okay.
not often, at
Mhm.
least in smaller towns like ours.
What can you tell us about the mines nearby?
They were closed probably 2, 3 dwarf ages ago.
Long time.
Some people have said that there were more activity over near the mines themselves. Fires occasionally in the area.
Hmm.
The council has set to hire a few members of the Adventurers Guild to look over us, seeing as we do not have a proper militia ourselves. No, not you all.
To
they've-
watch the town. I'm sorry, I was thinking
Yes.
something else.
We actually are surprised that we got a gold brand that answered, especially seeing as they're probably the first dwarf to come through in, I'd say, the age of 1-2 humans.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
When the mines closed down, did the dwarves also clear out at the same time?
Yes. When they closed the mine, they had properly sealed it, locked behind. The moving was, as far as people pass information along, there's probably an elf in town that was around during that. It was.
Oh,
They closed it
do you know?
proper.
Do you know the name of this elf that we could go speak with?
I think Wula was alive during that, though probably just a small child.
Lula.
She's our local historian. You can find her near the town square. She also works at the small schoolhouse. One room. Just get some of the kids.
You said a minute ago a dwarf hadn't been seen in town in the age of what was that? I had missed that.
A couple humans.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have my notes right.
What brought you to town here? Were you born here, or did you come through on your own?
I was born here. My father still owns the farm that I grew up on.
Ah. So the mine shutting down didn't affect like any of the farmland or other commerce.
It affected a lot of the commerce. It's many of the buildings were repurposed into making barns.
Hmm.
This once was a town in similar importance as Mendon or even West Haven not that long ago. But then the mine shut down and now we're a farming town. People pass through. And we are on a main road still. This place is among the more important at this point.
At this point, has something changed recently?
Aside from the road heading out towards the mine being more dangerous, not much.
Well, I think our contract has us heading out towards the mines. Anything in particular that we should be aware of as we prep for that trip?
The wrong sort of goblins and kobolds have been spotted in that area. Not the goblins we find around here. There's actually a small family that fishes off of the river about an hour or so from town.
Oh.
What are the name? Do you know the names of this goblin family?
Zakra. Zakra.
And so the goblins and kobolds that are causing trouble on the road are not the Zakra.
No.
Nah, the Zakra sounds like they're just a local family making their way.
Yeah. The
Town.
like
Make him away.
probably been similar of probably where you.
Oh yeah. We got different types all over.
Yeah. There's all sorts.
Yeah.
They just taken up near the mine, and I don't go out that way myself.
Fair. Well, if I may, thank you so much. And while we are here, Mithluna is going to, and let me mark this down on my sheet. She's going to take out a silver from her pack and slide over to the gnome and say, if you hear of anything that might be important while we are on our way to the mines, while we are still here, please.
Yeah.
Any information would be welcome.
Yeah. We'll be staying the night, scouting tomorrow, and then leaving the third day to do our full work, where we don't know how long we'll be out.
As he puts his hand on the silver piece, don't bring any of the trouble here. and you'll be fine. And he slides it off and puts it in his pocket.
Well, that certainly is help. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I hop down as we walk away. I do mention, doesn't seem like dwarves have owned this place in few ages.
Yeah, and based on Silver's response, that seems strange that they would abandon a stronghold so completely.
Well, it was a mining town. The profit dried up. People needed to go make a living elsewhere. Seen it happen. Usually the only kind of small towns that stick around are ones that adapt or have something that's just pretty steady, and they weren't going to be known for anything big, like a small little, farming town. It's odd that her information is so out of date.
Something doesn't smell right. I do agree. Something smells off, but I don't know enough about this town to be able to identify what.
My read on this room's been pretty normal. I think, people are here just doing their jobs, and there's trouble up the mines. Maybe we got some hooligans that have been up to some shenaniganery. We just gotta tell them to stop it, give them a good old ass whooping. Teach them to respect their mamas.
And not stack furniture, apparently.
At that, we're going to shift the camera over and a mild rewind of time. As Silver and Fiacre walk up to the table with the dwarf. As you get close, Silver, you recognize the symbol of a hammer with a for the hammerhead that is emblazoned on a that is not emblazoned, is embroidered into the coat of this dwarven man's most outer layer that he's wearing. You recognize that mark as a house symbol for the gold brands. It is also, because you can tell the golden thread on there, a holy symbol for Hordon Su Vicaire, first of stone.
As we're approaching, I'm going to get really close to Fiacre to the point where our fingertips graze and our shoulders are up against each other, just because, you gave me the permission to, touch you whenever, and Silver's not used to that, so she's just sort of experimenting with that. And she's going to lean in. Don't let this guy or person intimidate you. And she's going to fill in what you just said to Sylvane. And then she's also going to tell them Donovan Riverwright and the Gravebringer Bloodstreamer are the two families head that founded this mine and that built up this town.
Their first name is Gravebringer.
Oh, right. Gravebringer. And then
talk about a metal name.
Yeah. And do you see the house symbol on their shoulder? I have one similar that they're probably going to notice. So how about you take the lead and I'll kind of flash that symbol. Not flash it, but just enough to like you said, kind of use it, keep it on our back pocket, and I'll help you out. I want to see if they can pick up on me.
Fantastic. And DM, one last quick thing. What was the name of that? The family name of the person that we're approaching, the clan name rather.
Goldbringer. Sorry, Goldbrand.
Brand. Okay. Fantastic. And we will go ahead and approach, and I will give the dwarf a polite but not overly deferential bow, and just say hello. It is wonderful to see a fellow member of the Adventurers Guild here. Might I introduce myself? My name is Fiacre Marlowe, and this is my good friend, and I'm going to do the whole full name, titles, everything for Silver.
That's why I DM'd you, Guild, of what that
Your
was.
full title would be your first name, middle
Sylvia.
name, and last name.
Sylvia, did we just? I don't think I decided on a last name. Let me just think.
Your last name would be Riverwright.
Riverwright. Okay.
As is by your grandfather, as is by your father, mother, and father.
My full name is Sylvia Penelope Riverwright.
You had a chance to make it like 10 names long.
Your grandfather is Sir Thrun Noctaire Riverwright the Third.
To be very clear with everyone, I just now discovered I need a middle name.
You don't. Middle names aren't necessary in the long run. A middle name would be something of like, more often than not, a middle name is in this setting connected to a longer bloodline. So
Yeah, just stacking surnames.
Even then,
Hello.
okay, so what was Peepaw's first name was one more
Thrun.
time. Thrun.
Thrun.
It's gonna be Sylvane, Thrun, Penelope.
Sylvane?
Riverwright. What? Sylvia, not Sylvane.
You did in fact use my actual, yeah.
Sylvia.
I'm just gonna retcon. I'm Sylvane as a D&D character. Sorry, this is your existential crisis.
Like,
I'm gonna pull out my mask. Sylvia Thrawn. How's that for flirting, Fiacre? Silver not dressed.
oh, the best
like
form of
you.
flattery is, you know.
Next session, Silver's just gonna be dressed like Fiacre. Notice me.
I don't know what is this world's equivalent of the Freudian slip.
Anyway, anyways, I tell you all that.
Shall we try the name again?
Please.
Yes, Sylvia Thrawn Penelope Riverwright,
All right.
the first.
Fantastic. And so Fiacre will introduce appropriately Sylvia Thrun, Penelope Riverwright the First. And I'm sure you're familiar with the clan. And it's wonderful to see you here. My friend, I don't believe I got your name.
Silver's now gonna mirror that body language. And then Dwarven will be like, sup?
In Dwarven, he replies, I didn't expect a Riverwright to come and clean up after their own mine was closed.
In Dwarven, who said anything about cleanup? And she'll hold out a hand to shake yours.
He looks at the hand and he reaches past and grabs your hand at the forearm.
Mhm.
And you've seen this done by your grandfather only a few times. So I need you to give me a history check real quick.
13.
Now I need you to give me a either dexterity saving throw
Oh
or
God.
a strength unarmed attack.
Oh no.
What
I'm gonna
did the
do it.
owner do? Oh, God.
Was it
We
the
haven't
spot?
even finished our conversation at this point.
Was it the no, I'm gonna do the unarmed strike.
All right.
Dirty 20.
She's
As
gonna
he grips
roll
your
me.
forearm and stands up, you quickly see him like reel back for a moment and start coming in for a headbutt, and you meet him dead in the middle, and like he bounces back a little bit more as your hit was stronger off than his, and he chuckles. A relation of Sir Thrun. I'd expect nothing less of you.
I figured you knew Peepaw. I haven't seen a grip like that since he taught me how to do it.
And the fact that you still have your sense about you, he doesn't have you converse with Claire Guild for very often.
It's a fair assessment.
Is the rest of this happening in Hordonsu or still in Dorish?
This is currently still in Dwarvish.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not there to translate for you.
Or Fiacre.
You joined the guild.
Proudly so.
And this one is with you?
Well, of course. Have you seen them? I wouldn't have anyone else at my side. Same with the other two up front.
I was about to say Mithluna in the background's going, hey.
A group of...
Pardon, sorry, my computer broke up on you.
A group of 4 going after such a endeavor?
We have another one, but she's taking a break. She's off doing her own thing. And you know what? If my peepaw taught me anything, it's not really the number of people. It's what you do with it.
Your grandfather would be proud.
I didn't mean like that, Skad. I was doing so well. Yeah, he did. He taught me everything I know. The one chick, that's my best friend, Llama. She annihilated a unicorn with one punch.
Oh no.
One punch elf.
Why would one attack a unicorn?
So she was trying to explain that she has like this wild woo-woo magic stuff, and it just sort of happens, and a unicorn came out of her.
This is a above the table question. Are you leaving out the fact that it of the coloration of the unicorn?
Uh,
I think with so
no, I think with the
know that
reaction.
there's a difference between the kind of like visually. There's a difference between the two.
Yeah, I will describe the coloring too. One punch. Took down a black unicorn with red eyes.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. And then the other guy, the little green guy over there. Yeah, he like his eyes do this weird red thing now too. I think he needs eye drops, but he came back from the dead. That doesn't happen every day. And Fiacre, if you need guidance and if you need support, best riddles in town.
He switches to Hordon Sue. Fiacre, is it?
Yes, indeed, and it's wonderful to make your acquaintance and to hear a few words that I can understand.
Nothing of importance.
I'm sure.
I am Darren Ducal Gold.
Was that Ducal?
Ducal.
Well, Mr. perhaps?
Goldbrand.
Most would just refer to me as priest.
Well, Priest Goldbrand, it is wonderful to meet your acquaintance, and great to see someone from the guild here. I am curious, admittedly, about your mission here. Someone so obviously esteemed, and I say that given the respect shown you by my friend Sylvia here. Presumably, you are a priest of some import. So it is surprising to see you working here in an inn. Surely your business is not of the menial variety, so might I inquire as to your purpose here?
Myself and the small band I am a part of were hired as a mercenary militia by the local marshal. We were given standing over the town as members of the local martial house.
Interesting. Such an esteemed militia for what doesn't seem to be quite as bustling of a town as it once was. Are you anticipating some large force, or?
There have been a couple raids on the town, and the small militia that is here are less than trained. So the marshal decided to pool the coffers and set us up for a couple seasons. I'm personally not a fan of being kept in a single location for such a long time, but might as well make the coin easily enough.
Well, that makes perfect sense to me. If the coin is good, then the coin is good, as they say. Priest Goldbrand, it is wonderful to make your acquaintance and to hear that this town was able to afford such high esteemed security staff. Now, do you know anything about those who have been raiding the town? Just, one guild member to another.
A couple of goblins that were outfitted by some kobolds. Sanso said that on one of their patrols they saw a lizard folk among them. But aside from that, nothing too much. It's mostly the farmlands that are getting hit. Food, a couple animals.
It seems they're more focused on survival than any sort of concerted effort. That is helpful to know. We do have business around here over the next few days, and I just wanted to get appraised of that which we might be dealing. Thank you so dearly.
Well, if we are still on task, well, whenever you finish yours and you pass through again, I will extend my services towards you, provided that I have not been extended more within the day.
Oh, I do greatly appreciate that, sir. And I believe I see our friends over there have gathered hopefully multiple rooms and generous accommodations for us. We will be around, and they'll extend a gloved hand, more gently perhaps, if you would, than with my dear friend here. It was wonderful to meet you, and hopefully we will get to talk again soon.
He reaches out and grips your hand. You can tell that that he does have strength within his grip, but he doesn't overly exert that, as that is his version of a shake, is just gripping your hand for a moment and then letting go.
I will reach out and do the same handshake we did earlier.
Yeah, this time he doesn't reel back.
Oh, good.
And just gives a strong grip on it, on your arm.
And Dwarvish, I'm going to say, from a river, right? I wish you nothing but prosperity. My heart breaks for you that your mind shut down. Maybe one day it'll bring life back. A miner should never go without its mine.
He chuckles a few quietly as he shakes his head. My family has been more of a tribe as of late. I am perfectly fine with the road. But as a gold brand to a riverite, may you have an honorable and strong end to your story.
And unto you, my brother.
As a small note, I will let you rewind on this. You would refer to him as closest as probably cousin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I meant something interior.
Yeah.
And unto you, my cousin. And I'm guessing Fiacre and I will walk back to One Punch Wonder. And
we need middle because we finished up ours. Oh, Silver, I know you're
Yes.
feeling down about changing management, so I got you something to cheer you up. We're staying in one big bunk room, all of us together.
Oh, goodness. Are you kidding?
Are
Unfortunately,
we
no.
gonna have a
You
slumby?
cannot move the furniture.
Oh, that's Mama,
Yes,
my queen. We are having a slumby.
absolutely. They didn't
Dibs on the toppest
didn't
bunk.
even request any other kind of room. That was the first one that was offered. And Sad and I both agreed.
Yeah.
That's the one we
Yes,
need.
and she's gonna
I've
put
been
you
on the
two in a
road for you
group
guys long
hug
enough to
really
know
hard
that.
and really fast. Just
Nope. Oh, hey Mia, how you been? Sorry, we just kind of went off and
No,
took
you're
care of
good.
a couple things.
I was doing my. We needed music to cheer up the room. Thus, some ambience in the background.
Yeah.
Make the tone of the place feel well.
It was
But
fun.
out of game, I love my job. I love my job. I'm gonna hurt someone, but I love my job.
Inside check. I'm just kidding.
might I
Sorry.
suggest, Mia, something dwarven.
The dwarves haven't run this town for ages.
But just a tribute to my cousin over there.
They haven't run this town for ages. I don't know if anybody would get. I mean, you could, but maybe people would.
Well,
I
It's been a
suspect this
long
is just for
history.
the cousins.
How about
I
The
wish
song-
I wish I had one of my friends here, because he's a dork. I love him, but he plays a mean anvil when he's bored.
Ooh,
how about dwarven one more time? By
Dwarven one more time.
yeah, by Litany's sword.
Oh,
personally, I'm a fan of digging a hole. That's a classic.
it is a classic.
It is.
That one you have to
Isn't it?
warm up before you get to the classics.
Digging a hole,
That's it.
digging a hole, dig,
No, the
dig,
other
digging
one.
a hole.
The other dig a hole.
The problem is it's either I do the music or I do the singing, not both. It's kind of hard to do that with a wind instrument.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those that has a dummy on their knee.
Yeah.
I
That's it.
will say.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just
Unless
knowing that there is someone in this town that we can go speak to that was alive when
I was
your
about
kin.
to say that.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Her name, she's an elf. Her name is Lula, and she might have been alive during the time, so we might get more
Back when the
information
town
from
shut
her.
down, just to kind of get some history on the place. Because maybe if we found out why the mine shut down, or actually, Gil, do we know why the mine shut down?
Yeah.
Like it just ran dry?
Yeah, there was no more mithril, so they literally just packed up and moved.
Okay.
It was properly closed.
All right. So no like secret discoveries of ancient ruins to a lost evil god that we'll have to run into. That's good to know.
It was entirely quiet on that subject. All right, fantastic.
Can you
insight check?
Oh, I know this line. I know this
Dad,
line. I
if
love
that
this line. This is
happens,
my favorite line. This is one of my 2 dungeons. This is the most complete dungeon I have.
Dungeon delving.
if you jinx us, I am taking one of Silver's hammers and I'm using throwing practice on you. Or
Sounds
forget
like a plan.
dwarven toss. Or forget dwarven tossing. We're gonna do
No, that
goblin
was
tossing.
me above the table singing dungeon.
Never
Delving.
bunch of girls throwing hammers.
Yeah. Scott's just like, probably a good idea. Just kind of ask around, get some more information. I mean, it's still the afternoon. We got a little while before we got to hit the hay. No sense.
I
in,
fully
you know-
agree.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've ever gone into a situation with too much information.
Better to need it, have it,
True.
and not need
Because
it.
last
than
time
need
I
it
went
and
into a
not have it.
situation without knowing what was happening, I got attacked by animated armor.
What?
And we all remember how that turned out.
Your mic is
Yeah,
a
we were
little. Scott, your mic is slightly quieter than usual.
How about now?
Much better.
Yeah, that's that.
All right. Could be there was
This
some noise
is-
canceling because of the pitch of that I'm going for Skad. It might be being treated as some background noise.
This
Probably.
is sultry
Oh,
D&D with Skad.
I guess Skad can start sounding like this.
It's gonna be a
Oh, did
few
somebody punch
days
you in the
with all of
throat?
us.
Uh-oh, here comes
Yeah.
Guild.
Oh, please. Please. I have my headphones on. Please.
Don't you worry about that at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. That made me feel things.
I know, right?
It's fucking.
Oh, you forgot that there's an octave there?
Oh, I knew
I'm
there was
going
an
back to
octave
my
there.
original
I just
statement of-
was not expecting it from you.
This
I'm going back to my
episode,
original statement. If anything, I could say canon will be misquoted against me.
this episode
Yeah,
of
no shit.
D&D Beyond, Tales from Ten Lands is not sponsored by D&D Beyond. Instead, it's sponsored by You Expect Dragons and Goblins and Ghouls and Magic. Instead, you get sultry voices.
Yeah,
This is Dungeons and Dragons After Dark.
Right
And
now,
we're
that is actually
initiative.
very true considering the time of year.
And we are going to be taking our first caller. First caller, what can we do to help you tonight?
Yeah, thank
Getting back
you.
to the plot.
That was actually Scott getting back to the plot, ironically. Yeah, so let's head over there. Luna, do you want to lead the way? It's at a schoolhouse, so we should all be on our best behaviors. We don't want to get detention.
What's the tension?
That was a joke, but I
that's
understand.
when you are detained.
Also,
Are you saying you want to spank one of us?
what?
I'm sorry. This is going to be one of this is going to be my catchphrase. Make it hurt so good.
I can't help but feel
Scott
like
is
ever
I did
walking
since
not
away.
get my Twitch.
This group
Wow,
is
it
just
was a-
flirting with their crushes this session. Like,
I blame the unicorn.
One punch
I blame the
wonder.
pixie
Are you
dust.
saying the unicorn made us all horny?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Let's try to remember. This is
I
a
guess-
at best PG-13 branching into R-rated, but like not too terribly far in that range.
Yeah, we don't need to get banned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott basically also relates from the gnome owner. Don't start fights, and if one does start, don't kill him.
Never mind.
Name and torture is still on the board, though.
Just thank them.
I think
Psychological
as long as we
warfare.
don't get caught, we'll be okay with that one.
torture is generally socially unacceptable, so it should be done behind closed doors.
They got a
And
point.
sometimes
Let's
with
go.
consent. But
Let's go to
anyway,
school.
back to where we're going.
I agree. Do 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 do. Traveling music.
1, 2, 3, no counting
Yeah,
on
walking music.
Sorry.
So
Poor Gil.
you get across town. The schoolhouse is a little away from a lot of the buildings. And outside is a elderly wood elf with a light tan complexion and very deep red hair. Like between somewhere between red and brunette.
Like my hair color.
Yeah, but a little bit more
Um,
into the fiery range.
are we talking a very similar complexion and hair color to the gnome we just fucking saw?
No,
Okay.
her complexion is so his complexion would be more of Indian, think Das.
Okay.
While her complexion is more Hispanic,
Okay. Latin American.
person who's been outside for many, 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 many years of their life.
Okay. All right.
So, Llama is walking up, completely realizing as she's walking up to this person, that she has no idea what the elven etiquette is on the material plane. All she knows is the drow etiquette back home. So, with that in mind, but she's just going to say, "Oh well," and she's going to go with her drow etiquette, and is going to walk up to this person and say, "Good day, Auntie."
She looks up and smiles.
Do you mind some company for a minute?
I do not mind at all. It's been far too long since I have been called auntie by anyone.
And it is Auntie Lula. I was told to come find you.
Yes, I am Lula. I run this small school.
Oh, I am Mithluna, and these are my friends, Silver, Skad, Fiacre, and Mealy. And we are going to be headed off to the mines on a contract, and I was told that you were possibly alive and might be able to tell us more of the history of this mine from someone who's lived it.
That is quite some time ago. I do remember a little bit of mine was closed. I was very small, and that was when both my mother and father both lived here. The closing of the mine was a sad event, I would say.
It wasn't, was it when the... Sorry. Words are hard. Did the mithril dry up very suddenly? Or were there inklings, do you know, that it was about to end?
Yeah, there were signs, obviously. Production slowed. Several families left. By the time the mine closed, there was only 2 or 3 full houses.
Mm.
As a note, over a full house would be 2 generations minimum of both Riverite and Blood Screamer.
And when you say household, you mean like literal, like literally in the same household?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, kind of like
average,
my mind set up with the orcs and the dwarves and okay.
Yeah. Blood Screamers and a small like history reminder for you, Silver, specifically. The Blood Screamer tribe and the Riverite clan were united into one single house. There is still a name divide within there, but that is more of heritage over actual divide. Like
Okay.
there's some traditions that sit between the two differently. There are some traditions that the orcs hold that are different than the dwarves and vice versa,
Hmm.
such as the bloodening for members of the Blood Screamers. You know, until you are of age and have done your proper hunt, you are just a screamer. And when you do your bloodening hunt, you are accepted into the higher level of the tribe.
And I'm guessing I've seen that ritual,
Yes,
and it's pretty brutal.
kinda. It is a solo hunt of a fairly large and usually dangerous beast, and afterwards the blood screamer is required to, within an hour, properly remove and consume the heart of their kill fully.
And this is why I'm not a blood screamer.
And like you know that your cousin did it.
Yeah.
She properly has the last name Blood Screamer. Also, as a world building note, the difference between a clan and a tribe, setting wise, is clans. This is spelled with a C, mind you. Anyone who's out there, a clan is a
Can you make that noise again? Thank
I
you.
didn't know Murlocs were part of this world.
I'm gonna clip that and use that as a sound effect.
Yes.
but a clan is a large grouping, usually within a either similar ancestry or similar trade range that creates an establishment, city, town, stronghold, so on and so forth. A tribe is nomadic by nature. That's literally it.
Yeah.
There is a dwarven tribe that wanders the land.
I
And
think-
there
Buddy
are
you just met.
orc clans. And clans and tribes of many different ancestries, both clumped together and separately.
So it's different from familial relations. It's more of a political association, I guess would be one way to put it.
Social,
For lack of a
more
better
often.
socio-political, for lack of a better term.
yeah,
Yes,
social political, for
yeah.
lack of a better term, usually.
Usually. Okay.
And there are like if a location specifically of majorly one house, that would be a establishment of a clan.
Okay.
Which doesn't normally get higher than a town. Cities are usually born of multiple families, be it.
Of course.
And after that point, you're less of a person from clan and more of person from this city.
Yep. You get into national identities, and that's just
Yeah.
I think knowing that, if we could retcon a little bit, when Mithluna introduces me as Silver, I will do a proper dwarven greeting, and I'll give them my full name.
She looks to you and, oh, I believe that you're probably here then to deal with those around your family home.
Something like that.
I do hope that none made it inside.
Why is that?
None of the goblins or the kobolds?
Yeah.
What happens if they made it inside?
Silver, you kind of expect this answer coming a little bit
Mhm.
of, well, at the bottom of the mine is the family crypt. How would you feel if someone broke into your family crypt?
Murder. Lots and lots of fucking murder.
I always heard rumors that there were crypts at the bottom of the mines. I never personally made it to the bottom, but it's more than murder. It's sacrilegious. It's a smack in your face to your family.
Quick question, Guild.
Yes.
Like there would be death and
Would
destruction everywhere.
would Llama even know what a crypt is?
No, probably not offhand. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, no, probably not. Most people from your upbringing range and into most recent connection burial at sea.
Yeah. We don't. And then you maybe hang a lantern above their bunk at the about and you don't keep the bodies. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. A tradition that you would remember that you would have would be marking their stars at the end of their life.
Oh, okay. And maybe keeping their flag.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on. I just want to make sure, clarify as we continue on the scene. In which case, actually, Mithluna is going to take out a couple of the mints that Izzy gave her and hand them over to Auntie, and say, I don't understand are there monsters in what did you call it, a crypt? And hand over the mints to her because that is the one elven interaction that she's had, and that they always had mints with them. So she's assuming that's part of cereal plain culture.
I love Mithluna so much.
So do I.
Yeah.
She takes the mints and has a sad smile on her face. No, a crypt is a burying place. Usually for a large house. Those of us who have land under our feet usually bury our families within a single consistent place. Most graveyards are of similar houses or of a similar town. Those with more means to them usually have something more elaborate. The mine, I know, has a few things to it. I had heard rumor of a couple things kept, but I would not want to spread gossip if there is nothing to be held.
But I certainly appreciate that. I think we can all agree that it would be in the best interest to not do so. Might I inquire personally, was there were there troubles in the mines before it began to run dry, or did all that happen afterwards?
The only troubles in the mines was hopefully no trouble in the inside of the mine of the goings on of the goblins and kobolds. But when the mine was closed, it was seen. The families closed the mine, locked it.
Yeah.
There was a small ceremony, a goodbye to a home, as the stone doors were locked. My father was there.
Yeah. That might change a few things, Silver. Might need to move a little faster, because we have sort of some burial sites too, and it's rough if they're ever attacked. It's almost like your own family's memory. So, long story short, there's been some activity around some mines, maybe some goblins, maybe some kobolds, maybe both. And if they break into the mines, they're going to desecrate the ancient memories of the Riverite clan who used to run this country, or
And
this region.
notice my last name, Skad.
Yeah, your ancestors.
Mm-hmm. And as you
Really?
look
Is
at
Peepaw's
Silver,
dad down there?
probably.
Well,
I
the
know
mine was
probably
closed
Papa
several
is.
ages ago.
I think Papa is, at least. That's Peepaw's husband.
So, point of clarification. In a mine, you are digging down into the earth, into the ground, under your
Yeah.
feet. And you're taking rocks and you're taking them out of the mine.
Yep.
And then you take your bodies and you replace the.
Well,
You
it's a
put the-
matter of also it's both interring and memorializing, because we don't have a big ocean to just chuck people into. So we got to do something with the bodies. Some people burn, some people bury, some people have crypts. And I mean, they had the space because they were cleaning out the mithrils, so they had space underground. And there's a from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, Silver, there's often there's a connection many dwarves may have to underground or mine spaces, especially ones that are important as a mine like that. So there's a bit of a sacredness to it. They use
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the most religious person on the planet, but the way I was raised, you wear your work proudly on your face. If you're in the mines all day, you don't bathe afterwards. You go straight to the bar and you celebrate your successes.
Yeah.
And pungent.
And but it's good pungent. It means that you served. It means you put the work in. It means you dedicated yourself to your ancestors. And everyone has different interpretations of the crypt. I'm sure my Peepaw has a totally different idea of it. But for me, you're so proud of the mines that you're willing to die for it and live in your afterlife in it. And I love the mines. So it would be a high honor for me to be buried in the crypt.
And conversely, imagine what it's like if some group of individuals, regardless of where they came from, busts in there and starts taking a shit everywhere because they feel like they have the right to.
Mm-hmm. And to answer your earlier question about, I think, and again, I've never been to the bottom of the mine. I think people make note of where those bodies are, and we just let them rest. It's like it's an area that's we don't need to mine from it anymore. Let the afterlife live in peace in there. Live in glory in that.
At which point, like as this is happening, Miphluna's clearly taking on an expression of just of thoughtfulness and trying to comprehend a totally different way of dealing with bodies than she's used to. And you notice that one of her hands is just kind of hooking into the collar of her coat and just kind of holding on to it as she's thinking and processing all of this. But otherwise, she's kind of hanging back a little bit and just
Crypt.
Imagine if
Crypt,
someone
scary
went to where
word.
all the bodies sank when you bury them at sea and just started dicking around and disrespecting the corpses. Make sense?
Mhm.
All right, let's go
Cryptid-
kill some fuckers.
Mithluna,
Hmm.
crypt is a scary word, but it's a beautiful symbol.
I will take your word for it. And if anyone has desecrated the bodies of your ancestors, I'll punch him in the face.
Baller.
As hard as I punched that unicorn.
All right. So we will call it here for the night. Tomorrow we will pick up with the next day. You're able to get by tomorrow. I mean, 2 weeks from now,
Yes.
probably.
Next time.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more on that out of stream. But when we come back next stream, we will pick up with heading out on the next day.
Okay.
Do we have any announcement ranges?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
You have one from our lovely Fiacre.
Fantastic. I, as the host of the Limit Breaker show, have the pleasure of announcing an interesting kind of change for anyone who is in the Denver area or swings by the Denver area. We had previously been the Limit Breaker show, and we were under the heading of the Denver Dangerous Theater business. And we had to kind of play very quietly with the fact that we were hiding all of the kinky dungeon equipment under rugs and behind curtains and such during the show. But that is actually not the case anymore. Due to some reorganization that's going on in the business, we are now being officially hosted by the Denver Sanctuary, which is a fantastic private kink club in Denver. And we are now advertised by them, more fully endorsed, and because of that, a lot of things have changed. Our show is now $10 admission, so I can no longer say, you know, you come and it's free. It's free if you perform. If you perform, you get your $10 back. And so you are highly encouraged, as always, as Guild is very well aware. I always do my best to encourage people, and I now have $10 to dangle over their heads and say, and so yes, so we are now officially being hosted by Denver Sanctuary. That's the main change. There are a few things, you know, it's a social event now, like more along the lines of like what people in the kink world would know as like a slosh or a munch or something like that, where it's like you're hanging out and like maybe playing some board games together, getting to know people in the community, very very cozy and fun. In addition to being an open mic night, so we're expanding. Things are kind of shifting gears a little bit, but honestly, all it's done for us is increase the number of people who are interested in coming by, and just make it a better show for everyone. So so yeah, if you are in the Denver area, do stop by. It is first Sundays at the Denver Sanctuary, and if you want to know where that is, you can find them as well as myself on FetLife. We are there, and we are excited to see you if you do get the chance to come by.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much. As a signed point of order, reminder point, again, all of this is now going to be housed under Black Barrel Tavern for our stream. Our stream, not the limit breaker stuff, but this stream is now completely housed under Black Barrel Tavern. So the Twitch stream is every other Tuesday, and the playback will be available on YouTube the following odd Wednesday. So not tomorrow, a week after that. So pop by and take a watch. We are going to discuss whether or not we're going to do the second half of the
The one shot.
next session.
Ooh.
We'll figure it out, talk and sort it out. But until then, from all of us within the Black Barrel Tavern, I, your Dungeon Master, and the lovely Guild Hall gamers, be well and roll safe.